Every industry has someone who is a pillar of that industry and changed the industry itself. Dwayne Lukas is one such figure in the world of thoroughbred racing. Today, we learned that he passed away yesterday, surrounded by family in Louisville, Kentucky. And at the age of 89, Dwayne Lukas is now gone. I want to read a statement from his family, which I thought was very significant. His final days were spent at home in Kentucky, where he chose peace, family, and faith. As we grieve at his passing, we find peace in knowing he is now reunited with his beloved son, Jeff, whose memory he carried in his heart always. And now it is up to the rest of us to carry the memory on of Dwayne Lukas.
Yeah, and the flag is half-mast here. There was a moment of silence for Dwayne Lukas. Remember, before his thoroughbred racing career, he campaigned some of the greatest quarter horses right here on this strip at Los Alamitos. And a lot of people here grew up watching in these grandstands, including myself, Dwayne Lukas, before he went to the thoroughbred world and made such an impact there and made an impact on so many people's lives.
He is a life lived that came full circle. As Dave pointed out, he started in quarter horse racing with a cowboy hat on, his John B. Stetson, and then he traded it in for his trademark sunglasses and tailored suits. And then when he came back in another chapter of his career, he went back to the cowboy hat. To tell us more about the legendary career of Dwayne Lukas in the FanDuel TV studios, Caleb Keller.
Well, it's a very mournful day, and one that we use to reflect on the great memories and the times that we had a chance to share with the coach, Wayne Lukas. And as Todd was alluding to, you could really argue that professionally he was the best of both worlds. With a cowboy hat on and his boots on and Wranglers, he could have been the best horseman that we've seen in this game. Under the hoof, judging the horses, getting the best out of their health and their fitness. And then also, as he transitioned into the 90s, if you want to win million-dollar races, you have to have million-dollar clients. And then Wayne Lukas became the new age businessman of thoroughbred racing. So horseman, businessman, put him together, he was probably the pinnacle of both of those estimations. And in terms of, coaching in the larger context of professional sports, a lot of times, at the end of a career, the coaching really can fall off. We're willing to overlook that because we remember the glory days. The coach had no fall off. Last year, he won the Preakness with Seize the Gray, and just 2 months ago, Wayne Lukas had another horse in the Kentucky Derby. That was American Promise, which fits very well for the life that he lived. And as we head over here to our big board, really a time where everybody is flooding to social media to show just how much they admire this person, how much he meant to our game, a standard that he set. If you ever saw him at his barn, always the cleanest, tidiest shed row that you would ever see there at the backside, and just a famous look here. Even up till his mid-80s, he got on the horse every morning. He said that he wasn't too proud to ask a few of the assistants at the barn to help him up on the horse, but once he got there, he was certainly in his element and in his zone. And for anybody that had a chance ever to shake this man's hand, to be close to him, to have an autograph or a memory with him, Wayne Lukas was famous for bringing children into the winner's circle there after victory. So certainly mourning the loss of a legend.
Kind of take for granted and don't ask ourselves, how did this come to be in our sport? One kind of simple example of that, before someone like Dwayne Lukas, and I think you'd put Jack Van Berg in that category, is no longer with us, you stayed on your circuit. You had your barn and you stayed there. The thought of racing in the Midwest and then racing out in California at the same time and having divisions in New York and Florida and the rest of it, that did not exist before Dwayne Lukas and guys like Jack Van Berg came along. And that is just one example of how he changed this game. And then there is the coaching tree. Guys like Todd Schrupp came up under him. And so his legacy will live on for generations.
And he did that up until his final days of training. The last time I got a chance to see him was Oaklawn Park early this year, where he had an incredible meet, winning races. Just the resurgence of his career over the last few years was great to see him win a Triple Crown race with Seize the Gray last year as well. And we talked to Darren Rogers earlier today. Gabby caught up with him and talked about the impact that he had on him. And there's so many people out there that are going to always have a Dwayne Lukas story to tell.
Every cowboy hopes that they will die with their boots on. Dwayne Lukas literally went from the racetrack to his final resting place, but he had a chance to be there with family in his final hours. And in these hours, our thoughts are with the Dwayne Lukas family. From FanDuel TV to the Lukas family, our deepest of sorrows.